16 months ago, while I was living in Los Angeles, I went to the Frida Cinema with my friend Erica and Liam. There we saw various props and wardrobe from the hit 2004 film Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. Now, I'd heard this film before, but I didn't know anything about it. There they had Jim Carrey's sweater and the journal that he wrote in. Fun fact, those are his actual doodles. There was a giant colander, for lack of a better term, which was used to be put above Jim Carrey's head, kind of like a hat or like a machine to like erase someone's mind. So when I saw that there were elements of sci-fi in this film, I was intrigued because one of my favorite genres is magical realism, which is basically a realistic setting that has a little bit of a twist, a little bit of a quirk. So I ended up seeing Eternal Sunshine about 6 months later on a first date. Spoiler, that relationship didn't last. But today I'm with my friends Gavin and Marshall, and I have been waiting for this day for several months now because Eternal Sunshine is one of my all time favorite movies, not only because it matches the type of genre that I love, but it also taps into themes that I'm very passionate about, specifically themes about memories shaping who you are. What were your guys' first impression of this film?
All right. What do I think about the movie, Lucas? Was that the question correct?
Yes, sir. There is a test, by the way. You will be graded.
That's all right. That's all right. Either I pass it or I fail it. There's no middle ground. Okay.
Unless we have extra
What I
credit.
personally thought of this movie, from at least my own experiences in life, this movie shot through me like a goddamn bullet, personally.
Yeah.
I felt too much of what Jim Carrey's character, what's his name?
Joel
Borish?
Yeah.
Or something like that. He speaks to me on another level, which I personally hate because I shouldn't have my mind set up like the way that he thinks, where he thinks he's just nothing but a loser and he's never going to get what he wants in life. And he's always doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different outcome, definition of insanity kind of stuff. And then one day he randomly meets this girl who he thinks is going to be the love of his life for the rest of his life, and that she's going to fix him and that everything that's wrong with the world, she is going to help him get through that until they turn old. And he's getting too overly emotionally invested to the point to where he loses his mind over it because he is letting this girl control every feeling that he has, to a point to where they get into a massive fight and both of them have their memories erased of each other because they have their own resentment towards each other, even though they never felt like speaking it. So instead of actually trying to work it out, they sit here and just play this game of cat and mouse of, oh, do I remember you from somewhere? You look very familiar. So then they just play the same story over again, just a big old pile of deja vu.
I had a similar experience when I was watching through the movie. It was definitely interesting to go back and see like how memories can affect like what you eventually become as a human and a person. So it like deleting your memories is an interesting concept because if it could be you see in the doctor's office with like the lady who was about to delete the memories of her lost dog, and like such simple stuff that like we grow as people with the memories, and um being able to delete them, it brings an interesting concept into the play. I think it was a very interesting movie.
Yeah, sorry, there's a lawnmower outside. Okay, so I was waiting for another point, but he seems to be running away. That's a memory I wish I could have deleted. Yeah, that little bit, that little joke is insane, and I think one of the most insane twists about the film is that one of the side characters ends up being stuck in this love triangle that was inadvertently caused by her having her memory erased. I actually forgot about that when I was rewatching it, which was such a joy to revisit.
Oh, with Patrick.
Yeah, it was Mary with Patrick, and then Dr. Howard.
Oh yeah. Oh, and Howard. Yes, yes.
No,
That was an interesting little throw in there. I felt like
yeah,
obviously we're following Joel and Clementine, but the little nasty Howard Howard scandal going on in the background was pretty fun to see.
because it personalizes it too. It's one thing to have this concept just exist in their world, but to have the creator of this procedure implement it and be emotionally touched by it, I think that like makes the plot more meaningful.
Absolutely, it does. And to reiterate your point about Patrick here, I can't believe what this dude actually tried pulling. I can't believe it. He was really this
The
desperate
panty raid.
to where, yeah, he took this bitch's panties, and on top of that, he tried implementing himself into what Clementine thought was Joel. And that's probably why she always pushed him away. If, like, you remember towards the end of the movie, when both of them actually finally forget each other.
I think
Because he shows up at her house, and while she's sitting there freaking the out because Joel just pushed her out of the car, she just does nothing but push Patrick away because she knows that he is just a figment of imagination. He isn't who he says he is. And she realizes that as she's going into her house. I just think it's unbelievable that he actually thought that that could work. I really do.
And I think another point, one of the I think the hardest scene to watch in this film is the scene when Clementine does meet Joel. Not only because she is emotionally unstable, but the music, I don't know what the hell they were playing. Like the score in that scene is so goofy. It's got like this little like horn. I don't know. I hate the score in that scene. But that scene revisiting this movie, it makes me realize why she's so, on edge, why she's so confrontational, because that scene takes place after Patrick messed with her head. And so when Joel calls her nice, the first time you watch this movie, you're like, what's this woman's problem? And then you realize, oh, the night before, while she's going through this crisis, he kind of triggers like the word nice in her head. And that is why she's so aggressive when she first meets Joel. And I just think I love the way this film is structured. I usually don't like flash forwards, but I think this is one of the best examples of flash forwards, especially because they use her hair and they like misdirect us intentionally with when certain scenes take place.
Yo, to be honest with you, I did not notice that until like the last 5 minutes.
No, yeah.
I won't lie.
Yeah.
Because I was like, why is her hair red in like a future memory? And I'm like, oh shit, this is going like all over the place.
Now, wait, so he steals the panties. Another one of my favorite films is Inception. Marsh, would you say that the panties are like his top?
Yes. Yes, they are. Hands down.
Okay, good. Glad I got your input on that. Gavin, what other things stood out to you about this film?
The B word is said once.
Ooh, we should get your bingo.
The B word is said once.
Did you write notes?
Curse words?
Are you writing notes on the side?
I'm currently looking at the parental guide on IMDb.
I'm pretty sure.
what all terrible things were said? Hell was said once.
Ooh.
Damn is said 12 times.
We'll have Gavin on the side for all the parents who are watching this podcast.
Yeah, please don't give your kids permission to watch this film. There is most people found it mild.
I gotta know.
Female nude comic at 1 hour 11 minutes and 28 seconds if you're interested.
I want to know who on IMDb is actually like going through this and doing that. Come on.
I want to know whose kid is watching this.
The movie was very cool. It was interesting. I think it's a good romantic movie, especially for people who feel like they're kind of stuck in their ways and going through the mundane life cycle. Like Joel is just a normal dude. He goes to work, he comes home, he goes to bed, and then he finds this girl who's exciting and extravagant, and that eventually leads to the downfall of the relationship where she starts to find him boring. And I feel like that's something we all fear for in a relationship and could eventually end to a tiny bit of resentment towards each other and feeling like the spark is gone, per se. And I believe Clementine says multiple times in the movie that she's like just a girl. Remind me of the quote if you
who's looking for her own peace of mind, buddy.
Looking for her own peace of mind, right? And I think that sums up her character very well. She's like,
because
she's
even
not
though
all there, but
even
she's
though she is sitting there trying to make someone else's life better, she can't live with herself.
Can't work on her own. Right.
She's not a concept.
I feel like that's a very common trope, at least in just mentality sake for relationships. So that was cool to see, and it was cool to see how it all played out with the ending and everything like that. The significance of the beach and the beach house and the
So
mansion.
good. I love that.
Yeah, and the
that was
mansion collapsing.
and the sand and the snow and them laying on the frozen lake. I would never lay on the middle of a frozen lake. One, because I'm
Not
like
even
Joel,
wild?
I would
Come
be
on,
like, what if it's gonna break underneath me? And then two, that's gotta be cold, man. I'm not sitting out there looking up at the stars.
That's Gavin's biggest critique of the film. Unrealistic date
Yeah,
expectations.
that's unrealistic. I really dislike that. I don't think anybody goes and does that.
Now the mind erasing, that is totally realistic.
Yeah, mind erasing, that can happen.
If this technology did exist, people would use it, because
that's a good question. What if that did exist? What memory would you guys erase?
I was considering that.
Ooh, can we actually answer that question?
Yeah,
all
let's
three
do
of
it.
us right now.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. I know my answer. I know my answer.
Let's hear your
it
answer,
was
Marsh.
the night that we decided to do some dumb shit at Kutztown. That night, I want erased, gone, forgotten about.
Probably for the best.
Hands down for the best. All right.
I think
Who's next?
I think there's a lot of really bad memories that I need to keep just because they were really important lessons. Like the first time I tried to hit on this girl at a bar, I was really bad at it. And, I was in college, so I was trying to adapt a college persona. I wasn't being really myself. I was kind of being like Patrick in this film. And it was a very strange experience because I was, pretending to be someone I was not. And, we were very flirty with each other. And then it got to a point where I missed a flirt, and then she like kind of questioned me not flirting with her, and then I doubled down harder on the flirt, and that made her uncomfortable, and then she and her friend just like walked away from me, but I kept following them, just like being around them, even though they even called in the dude best friend to quote protect them, and I'm like a string bean to protect them from them. And I had a good conversation with the guy, but it was very embarrassing that I walked up to them and I said, I'm gonna head out, and they're sarcastic, no, don't go. I listened to it because I was drinking and I was trying to manifest something that wasn't, and they ended up Irish goodbyeing me. That story was very critical because I never did that again at a bar. Like that was a very embarrassing moment in my life, a very low point, just because a lot of college students go through that, and I don't want that erased. I think it's definitely a contender, but I feel like realistically, a lot of a lot of the mistakes you make improve your trajectory, which I think is that's not the point of this film. I think the point of this film is more of these characters love each other so much that they're willing to go through it all again, which I think is powerful. But if it's not that, then it's the time I try to fist bump someone and they snailed me.
Yeah, that's a hard
job.
For me, it's the one time I was at the swimming pool.
Oh no.
And there's this kid that I really didn't like. Like me and him just butt heads all the time. And then we decided we were gonna race. We were gonna swim to the opposite side of the pool as fast as we could, right? I lost, and he said something to me, can't remember. I blacked out in rage. And I told him to go sit on a pine cone.
Ooh.
And everyone heard it. It wasn't a savage comeback, and it was just very embarrassing.
For the parents watching this podcast, the word pinecone is used at 14 minutes and 31 seconds.
Yeah, sitting on a pine cone is used at exactly the 2-hour mark, said by Howard.
Yeah. I feel like this film kind of predates dating apps in a way. I feel like this film is kind of ahead of its time in terms of how people communicate with each other by not communicating with each other.
Imagine if this movie came out like after Tinder was made. Just think about that for a minute.
Dude,
But that's sick.
There'd probably be
I think when did this movie come out?
2004.
Okay. Okay. I'm not sure when the whole trend of people changing their hair color to crazy colors started
That's
becoming like more of a
that's
common
around that
thing.
time frame, like early
But
2000s, because that's like when like the quote unquote emo phase was like a big thing for people in America.
right,
Yeah,
right.
Haley
And
Williams.
I think that was just like a way for them to portray the kind of character that she was. Obviously now you
Yeah,
can make your hair color whatever you want. No one's gonna bat an eye. But at that
but
time,
yeah,
it
that's
was to
point in
show
time.
the kind of character that Clementine is. So I thought that was cool.
What did we think about the dream
Also,
sequence? About all the crazy
the,
special effects and, him hearing the voices and all that stuff?
Dude,
I
that
got
shit.
very confused.
It's a trip, dude, because like him also being able to like force his eyes open
Ooh.
while he was actively dreaming, dude. Like that is some sleep paralysis that I didn't think they were gonna touch on, but oh my
I
lord.
I also love to bathe in the sink. That's like still a common thing that I like to do.
Fuck up, Gavin.
Are you
Oh
more of
my
a
lord.
solo sync, or do you like have a party?
It depends on the size of the sink. If we're talking like a basin, like a big sink, then yeah,
Like
maybe
what?
like
Like
one or
Lock
two homies.
Got it.
But normally in a standard kitchen sink, it's only enough for me. So
Fair enough.
I
you wouldn't even be able to fit in my kitchen. I can't even fit in my kitchen sink.
Yeah, I don't know. I've
that
never tried.
my favorite part about the dream sequence was when they went to that beach house and they kind of broke in while the actual owners were gone,
Yeah.
and the conversation of when she was like, why did you leave, and he was like, because you told me to go, and then she's like, well, why don't you stay? That was a very impactful moment, I think.
It was.
Really heartwarming.
It was. And that I just love the chemistry those two build up, because she's more than just a memory. Like, he knows her, and that's something that she would say. And like, there are parts of their personalities that are more implied. Like, I think Joel is a very egotistical, like pretentious like person, but we don't really see that much because we're in his perspective. But when we have certain memories, we see kind of the objective reality of like, they're more than just certain archetypes. Like, they're human, and that's really cool.
One of my favorite things about the actual memory wiping was it's done in this movie as like sci-fi, or
Yeah.
like there's some sort of procedure that you could get done to zap your mind by showing you things that happened during your relationship and trying to recall the memories with specific items from your house that you might have collected, like sentimental items. And that's exactly what you see represented when people are trying to forget just regularly in real life. They collect all of the things that they ever received from that person and then throw it
Put it
away,
in a
burn it,
box. Yeah, throw it out.
put it in a box, put it in the attic, out of sight, out of mind, to in attempts to forget.
Absolutely. This, like,
So
Xing off the
very
brain,
cool.
yeah, it's so cool. Just, I love everything about it because it's not realistic, it's not real, but it's as realistic as you can get. Now, what did we think about the baby sequence? Like, when Jim Carrey goes into his comedic mode, because this
Well,
film has a bit of
well,
comedy.
that is the point where the baby in the basin kind of thing, and I got a little concerned or something. I don't understand where it got to when she pulled up her dress to show her panties to him and was like, "Hey,
That
like
was
my crotch is still the same." What did that mean?
for the sake of him taking her to a memory she never was at in his life. Like obviously him being a kid, she wasn't in his life at that point, but she stayed the same from the memory that he pulled her from to the one that he took her to.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's when it all started to get like I understand that they're running away, trying to escape like the white by hiding in like deep memories
Yeah,
that they
in
tried to push
places that
away.
they are, yeah, in places that
With
they never were.
the scene where he got walked in on while he was looking at
When he was
his
jerking
drawings.
off, oh my god, that was
Whoa.
fucking
What were those
hysterical.
pictures, man?
Where did he find that? Asking for a friend.
Uh, I think
Wrote wrote a
I think
Playboy magazine.
I think he drew them himself.
He's an artsy character.
He,
They were in his journal. Um,
Oh, there were pictures in his journal. I thought he was reading a Playboy magazine. Oh,
No, they weren't pictures
Oh,
in his
no,
journal. I
no,
was doing a bit.
no, but they were like drawings.
They
of
were
something.
drawings. Yeah,
They
I don't
was,
know
like,
what they were.
Animals and stuff.
Yeah, Colin
And she's
Adam
like,
Levine.
"Oh my god," laughing at him. It was funny.
I really liked.
Jim Carrey can do no wrong in my eyes.
no,
that
no,
guy.
you cannot.
That's one of the biggest reasons why I love this, because I love when comedic actors break the mold and play someone more serious, and he is not only he's captivating and he's heartbreaking in this film.
Mark Ruffalo looked pretty young.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was the young
Holy
Ruffy
cow.
before he went to Marvel.
Dude, those
Yeah,
sideburns.
That was before he signed his life to the devil.
Yeah, he became the Hulk.
There was like a spark in his eye back then.
Yeah, yeah, there was. He was the corporate slum yet.
How do you guys feel that Seth Rogen auditioned for the role of Patrick?
That's crazy.
If honestly, I would have been more keen to say let Clementine get with Seth Rogen.
Yeah,
And,
that's why they didn't take him. He was too
Patrick.
likable.
Yeah, he was too close to actually being able to pull. So they had to cut him out.
Well, are there any other like highlights or moments of this film that stood out to you guys?
I think we covered the majority of the bases.
Yeah, I did like the childhood scene where both their versions of themselves when they were kids, kind of like, even though she wasn't in his memory like back then, she kind of we kind of see what their dynamic would have been like if she was around, and that's just a cool thing to me. I like seeing like characters and like at different ages and progression.
I like seeing where the damage to his car door came from.
Yeah.
Like the entire time I was like, "Oh, that jerk. Somebody hit his car and just didn't say nothing." And then later on you're like, "Oh, cool." And then you see it play back the first part of the movie. That was really fun.
And then why he goes to Montauk, because she tells him in his memory right before he wakes up, "Go on this train, meet me there."
Now this is a good feeling movie. Not like that last movie that we watched.
I don't know what
Holy
you're talking about.
cow, it's still in my brain.
Still traumatized.
I'm
Juice.
still traumatized. This one actually made me smile a couple times
Aw.
and left a good impression. I can't say it's one of my favorites, but I guess when we rank it, we'll see.
Yeah, Marsh, I know you love humor. My favorite bit in this movie, my favorite bit is, "I am building a birdhouse."
Oh no, that was good. That was good.
Hold on. Isn't
Would
that
you
the
knock
dude
her off?
from Alvin and the Chipmunks?
Yeah, that's Uncle Ian.
Oh
Yes,
yeah,
I
I
thought
thought so. I thought
Sorry,
so.
Dave. I never lose.
that guy's amazing.
David
Would
Crosby
you knock
never
it
wrong.
off with that? I'm
Sorry, I
building
thought
my
he was
birdhouse.
Oh my god. Christ. That's a good one.
What do we
That's a good
rate
one.
this film?
Just for that moment alone. Let me go last.
Okay. Marsh.
I guess I'll take the reins here 1 second. Okay, carry the 2, minus 24 divided by 3. We give it a 4.5.
4.5, very solid. I'm giving it a 5 because every time I give something a 5, it speaks to me personally, and I think I've gone into enough reason why this film speaks to me personally.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it a 4.
Okay, that's not bad. I love that.
I think it was a good movie. I think it's definitely one that people should watch.
I agree.
I think it's entertaining. I think it's interesting. Could have been a book.
I think we is that what you're gonna say every episode? Is that gonna be your thing?
Could have been a book, but it was good.
Maybe it was a book.
I'm looking at it now. I don't think it was. It's interesting. There are just some films that always like make me go, "What? This was a book? This one wasn't," which is so strange.
No. Did this one come from a book?
I'm looking at it now. It came from conversations between director.
Because there's a difference. There's when a movie should have stated just a book, and then where a movie could be a book.
Yeah.
And I think this one could be.
Okay. We'll get that will be your bonus list. We'll have at the end of each episode. So obviously it's better than Requiem for a Dream.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna agree on that. Marsh,
Leaps and bounds, really.
do we like it more than Good Will Hunting?
Okay, where's Goodwill Hunting on the list?
That's number 2.
That's number 2. Okay, and what's 1?
2001: A Space Odyssey.
Okay, all right. Oh, is it better than Goodwill Hunting? That's
Dang,
a
how
good
is it?
question.
How is this one fighting for top 3? That's insane.
Because of how high of a rating we all gave it. We
Yeah.
gave it nothing lower than a 4.
And Requiem was hard. I didn't know what to do with Marsh gone last week, so I just kind of sneaked it into the top 3, even though Gavin gave it a 2.
Oh
This
my God,
movie is definitely
put that
better
in the
than
bottom 60.
What did you say, Marsh?
This movie is definitely better than Requiem for a Dream because I did do my homework.
Okay.
I actually watched the movie. I just wasn't there.
Oh, you watched Requiem? Wait, what do you give Requiem? I need to know.
Well, that's besides the point right now.
I need to update the
Because
list, though.
That movie's already ranked. All right, we'll just put an NA over my spot.
NA.
Well, apparently the rank didn't matter. It's just somehow in the top 3.
Well, we can move it. I'll move it down if because I'm going
Bottom
off of
60.
our collaboration.
Bottom 60.
I can move it down. I'm okay with
Where's
moving it
that?
down.
So it's currently at what, 3?
We have
right now?
old top 5 is Old Boy, which is that Korean film. Come and See, which is the Russian film. Requiem, Goodwill in 2001.
Okay. Yeah, we're putting the movie we just watched where Requiem is. We are moving Requiem down to at least 6.
Okay, Requiem. Do we like it? Do you remember American Beauty? The one where Kevin Spacey's trying to have sex with a teenager?
American Beauty is better than that movie.
Better than okay, Requiem. Is it better than Joker?
No.
Is it better than
Oh, is
Braveheart?
Requiem
Is it better than it might be better than Braveheart.
I'm okay with that. I'll put it above Braveheart because Braveheart's like 3 hours long, and that's a little tough.
Yeah, Braveheart is a very dragging movie. Good, but it can be short.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, there we go. That's the list. We got now Requiem for a Dream is now at, what is that, number 7, I think, or number 8? We got Requiem for a Dream, Joker, American Beauty, Old Boy, Come and See, Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, Goodwill Hunting, 2001: A Space Odyssey. Next week, we will be talking about the 1940 classic, The Great Dictator, a Charlie Chaplin satire of Adolf Hitler before Pearl Harbor. Thank you guys for watching this video.
Oh, here comes another drag.
Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Follow all of our socials, and we'll see you next week.
Peace out.
Thank you, everybody.